Three, two, one. Say days in the sun and nights in the rain. Summer is over, simple and plain. Hey yo, welcome back to another episode of the Arts Block Podcast. This is episode I don't know what, but it will be in the title for those who don't know. Welcome back, man. 2 week break, 2 week break. 2 weeks feels so long away from you guys. It feels too long away from you guys. I don't think that I can do a 2 week break ever again. But luckily for you guys, guess what? A 2 week break will never happen ever again. The Art Spot podcast is back. We're rolling. We're more consistent. 2 pods a week. This is the start of the 2 pod a week format. So you know what that means? That means it's going to be a lot of blood. It's going to be a lot of sweat. It's going to be a lot of tears. It's going to be a lot of sleepless nights. No sleep. All work. All grind. Grind don't stop. 24/7. Up early. Go to sleep late. Y'all not ready for it though. Y'all not ready for it though. Y'all are not ready for it though. I'm ready for it though. I'm born ready for this. Man, make sure before we even get started, make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment, make sure y'all subscribe, make sure y'all do all of the things that you're supposed to do to support the pod. Please do all the things that you know you're supposed to do to support the pod. Like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell an auntie about the Arts Block podcast. Like, what are we doing here? Do we want this podcast to reach heights that are unimaginable heights that no other pod has ever seen before, or are we just okay with okay with this? I want to reach the heights. So if you want to reach the heights with me, make sure you support the pod. Tell a friend, tell a friend, and tell an auntie about the pod. Yeah, we're gonna have a great time. Tell them that it's 2 pods a week. So if they're fiending for content during the weekend, guess what? Sunday, I hit them on Sunday. Boom, you get content throughout the week, then you get content throughout your weekend. Then right before you know it, we back on Wednesday and you get more content for your head top. We're gonna get to that soon. Yeah, listen, let's jump straight into it. I hate taking breaks, right? One of the reasons why I hate taking breaks, right, is because I feel like when I take a break, you guys want to do the dumbest things ever. Like y'all just want to be stupid, y'all want to be dumb, y'all just want to do things. Y'all just want to do things. And I can't report on the things that you guys do or the idiotic things that you all say or contribute to, right? I can't say or do anything about any of these things because I'm supposed to be taking a break. I'm supposed to be resting. I'm supposed to be getting better for you guys, getting my mind settled, understanding where I want to go for this season. There is no more of that. There's no more of that. Too many things happen, too much happened, so much that I can probably won't be able to get through it all, but that's okay. That's why we have 2 pods a week for. That's what we have 2 pods a week. Shout out to the 2 pods a week. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. First thing on the docket, you people with big platforms need to watch what you all say and promote on these big platforms. If you don't know, Aiden Ross, a very, very, very popular streamer, he went on his platform and not only supported Donald Trump's presidency, but he put Donald J. Trump on his live stream with a whole bunch of MAGA people in the background. Now, this is not a political pod. This is not a pod where we get super political. This is not a pod where we talk about voting. This is not a pod where we talk about politics. This is not a pod where we break down legislation. This is not a pod where we break down, talk about the Senate, the House, the Supreme Court. We don't do none of that. However, I will tell you this on this pod, right? I have been doing a lot of research on the upcoming election, right? And the two candidates that are running. I have been doing a lot of research on them. I've been doing more research on one than the other, right? I'm not going to sit up here and tell you who to vote for, but I'm going to tell you a couple things, right? If you want to remain free, if you want your freedoms, and if you want your rights to withstand and to stay here in this country, you know who to vote for. If if you want your leader of the country to be a convicted felon, a liar, a cheater, commits scandals, incites riots, if that's who you want your leader of the country to be, then you know who to vote for. If you want your leader of this country to actually run the country and make the country a better place for not only minorities but for everybody, the middle class, make it better for the middle class families, then you know who to vote for. But again, this is not a pod to tell you who to vote for or to lean you left or right or whatever, right? This pod is to inform you all how to become better artists, better people, better creatives, how to just be better, right? This is imagine this as like I'm like your big brother slash life coach, teaching you through the ways of being an artist and being creative, having a platform, having people follow you, having people listen to the things that you say, right? Just imagine that. When you have a huge platform, right? And again, the people with these platforms tend to be really young. And I'm saying they tend to be really young, like I'm not really young myself. I'm only 18. But the people with these platforms tend to be really young, but they also tend to be really misinformed and miseducated. And a lot of these people be really young with a lot of money. So their reference point on real life isn't drawn from what they actually went through, is drawn from what their parents went through. So that what their parents went through directly affected them when they were younger, but when they got young, they got a whole bunch of money. So they never really experienced life as an adult with struggle, right? Or with any of the things that people might need or that people are fighting for, right? When you're a 21, 22, 23-year old millionaire, the concerns that you have are different than the concerns of a 21, 22, 23-year old person coming straight out of college, right? The level of the concerns are different and the level of concern is different. So, with that being said, you all have to know who your audience is, right? That's very important. A lot of you streamers and a lot of you young people with big audiences, uh like followers and following, are youth. And most importantly, they're mainly youth who are eligible to vote this year, who are 18 and plus, or just turning 18 or plus, or just or turned of age a couple years ago before they could have voted in the 2020 election. This is their first election that they're able to vote in. So the importance of being like, hey guys, make sure we do our research on who to vote for. If you do decide to talk about politics on, and this is why I try to stray away from politics on my platform, right? Because I'm not the most informed person in the world. So I don't want to lead somebody astray with misinformation. I don't want to just say things and jump the gun. I don't want this to be a pod that's like, oh, well, Eric said this on the pod, so it must be. No. Do your own research, right? I'm big on doing your own research, especially when it comes to people you're going to vote for. Like when it comes to congressmen, when it comes to your mayor, when it comes to your senate, when it comes to your city council, when it comes to your council members, when it comes to all those type of people, excuse me, when it comes to all those type of people, I'm a real stickler on knowing who you're voting for, knowing why you're voting for them, right? You people don't know nothing. Y'all don't know who y'all are voting for. Y'all don't know why y'all are voting for them. Y'all don't know why y'all don't like a candidate. Y'all don't know why y'all like the candidate that y'all are representing, right? Y'all don't know why. And the reasoning behind, and some of the reasonings behind y'all saying, oh, I don't like such and such, or I don't want to vote for such and such, or I don't want to vote for this person, that person, whatever the case may be, right? A lot of y'all reasons aren't justifiable, and it can be backed up, and a lot of y'all reasonings can be diminished by a quick Google search. That's why I'm saying you have to be cognizant and careful about what you share online or what you share in front of a large audience and people. Like y'all be having over 200,000 people viewing into y'all streams. Probably over 60% of those people are people who are eligible to vote. So with that being said, if you don't do your research and people are going on your streams listening to you taking your word for bond, then they go out into the world preaching information that you're giving them, and the information might not even be true, it might be false. So we have to start doing our own research on these things. These things are too, like, presidential elections, in any election for that matter, is too important to be going based off of he said, she said. These are too pivotal. Like these moments right here, especially for the country, are too pivotal for the he said, she said. Also, a lot of people aren't realizing that the young 25-year-old millionaire point of view is different than the 25-year-old making $40,000 a year out of college point of view, right? Not saying that anything is wrong with that, but just saying that their point of view is how can I make more so I can take care of my family. The 25-year-old coming out of college with a 40,000, just making $40,000 a year, their mentality is, oh, how can I sustain so I can take care of myself? The mentalities are totally different. So you being like, oh man, we have to vote for this person to keep these rights, nigga, those rights aren't like, though that doesn't apply to us. Like, nigga, those don't apply to the common folk. Those only apply to a lot of these laws and these things that you guys want to keep only apply to the upper class. They don't apply to the middle or lower class. Who is most of the country? Who's most of the world? Who is most of us watching you all? A lot of the things that you are saying, oh, guys, if you want to be like, one thing that Aiden said that really stuck out to me, he was like, guys, if you want to be an entrepreneur, and make your own money, we vote person A. Oh, I can say it. I already said it. Vote Trump if you want to be what did he say? What did he say? He said if you want to be an entrepreneur and own your own business and stuff, vote Trump. If you just want to be a regular 9 to 5 worker, vote Kamala, right? One, what is wrong with being a regular 9 to 5 worker? What is wrong with being a regular 9 to 5 worker? Regular 9 to 5 workers. I know a lot of regular 9 to 5 workers that don't make regular money, that make really good money. That's number one. Number two, not everybody's destiny is to be an entrepreneur. That's not everybody's goal. That's not everybody. And another thing is not, not everybody is meant to be an entrepreneur. Not everybody is meant to be a content creator. Not everybody is meant to do these things. Not saying that they don't have the ability to, but saying that the work is harder than what it looks like, right? And the passion has to be there, and the drive has to be there, and it's a lot of different aspects that it takes to take the risk to be on your own and to do your own thing. A lot of the people don't want to take that risk. A lot of the people can't afford to take that risk, and that's okay. But you saying that, oh man, if you just want to be a regular 9 to 5 worker and having a really negative conversation on, like, you just want to be a regular person working a 9 to 5, working a regular job, then you can just vote for this person. Like, bro, I hope you know that's most of the people watching your stream. That's most of the people tuning into you right now are your what you call regular 9 to 5 workers. Most of the people that are subbing to you, most of the people that are donating and gifting are the regular 9 to 5 workers. That is most people, right? Now, and you're kind of just downplaying their jobs. You're just downplaying it, and you're being like, oh well, you should want to be. It's kind of like saying, man, you should want. I get what he's trying to say. He's trying to say that you should want better for yourselves, but not everybody's better is the same. Your better is that your Aiden, your better is I want to be an entrepreneur, content creator. I want to keep building an empire, right? And that's cool. But Joe's better might be, man, I just want to take care of my family, see my daughter go off to college. I just want to make sure I have enough money to make sure my daughter doesn't have to, or son or child, whatever, doesn't have to pay off student loans. Everybody's better is different. So for you to one, but also what is there for me to expect? What should I expect? Like really, like no, honestly, let's be real. Like what should we expect from these people? They don't know. They're young. They don't know. They don't know any better. A lot of these people, this is their first election that they're voting in. They don't they don't know any better, right? They don't know about foreign policies. They don't know about laws. They don't know about they don't know what the Supreme Court is trying to do. They don't know that affirmative action is being taken away. They don't know that another streamer said verbatim if Kamala wins were cooked, right? However, that streamer is also trying to sue NYPD simultaneously for something wrongful that NYPD did. NYPD was in the wrong for what they did to that young man, and he wants to sue NYPD. However, Trump wants to give immunity to police officers, making that will make it impossible for you to sue NYPD. You see what you do you see like do you see what research needs to be done? Do you see what efforts need to be taken? Do you see what actions need to happen? We all have a responsibility, right? Anybody with a platform, anybody with a voice, anybody with an Instagram, Facebook account to spread true information, right? Whatever your truth may be. Now, I'm not telling anybody to vote for Kamala. I'm not telling anybody to vote for Trump. I'm not telling anybody to not vote for Kamala. I'm not telling anybody to not vote for Trump. What I am telling people to register, what I am going to tell you all to do is register to vote. I am going to tell you all to register to vote. Know who you're voting for. And don't only know the good things, know the bad things too. Know the bad things about your politicians. Know the mistakes they made. Know the mess ups that they've had. Know, because that's when you really know if you want to support them. It's easy to list off all the good they can do, right? But when things get bad, do you still want to support them? Do you still want to support them when things get a little rocky? Do you still want to support them when things get a little shaky? Do you still want to support them through the ups and the downs? Does the downs turn you off so much where you're like, I don't know about this. I want to go with such and such, right? Don't just look at the good, look at the bads too. Do research on the candidates. Do research on the VPs. Do research on policies and laws that you want to keep. Do research on policies and laws that you want to get rid of, right? That'd be like, this doesn't really apply to me, or this doesn't really, I don't really like this or agree with this law, right? Most importantly, though, well, not most importantly, because all of it is equally as important, but as importantly, make sure you vote in your local elections. Make sure you know who your congressmen are, know who your councilmen are, who your mayor is, know who's on your school board, know who your chief of police is, know who these people are. Be able to identify these people. That's such and such. They work in the office of such and such and such and such, right? Oh, that's such and such, right? Know who these people are. Be in active communication with these people. If there's a problem in your neighborhood, don't be scared to hit whoever the person in charge of your district is, right? So I'm from DC. We have wards, right? So each we have a council member for each ward, right? And not only do we have a council member for each ward, we have an at-large council as well. We can hit one of our council members in if we need anything, right? If we can at large council or just our ward council member, right? Know who these people are. Vote for these people. Know what their policies are. Know what they can do for your city. Know where they're from. We have to start doing more research because this is starting to get more and more important by the day. Not only is this starting to get more and more important by the day just because of our futures, right? But now they're trying to take away our kids' futures and our kids' futures and our kids' futures. It's about to become a point where they're trying to bring back slavery in the most slickest way possible. So, and no matter now, also I feel like no matter who wins this presidential election, they're still going to try to make it happen. So yeah, I went on a way longer tangent about this than I wanted to. But yeah, we have to do the job, be more cognizant of what we say, be more attentive of what we say and what we push and what we put out into the world, right? Words are real, energy is real, energy is a real thing that can be transferred. You don't want the wrong energy to be transferred, right? There's a lot of negative energy that's being transferred out in the world, and you don't want to add to that negative energy if y'all catch what I'm putting down in the context of the conversation that's being had right now, right? There's a lot of negative energy being put out there. You don't want to be caught up in bringing that negative energy to a wider array of audience, right? So that's why I'm telling you all to make sure to do your research. And also, if you only know the bad things about a candidate, look up some good things that they've done. Like, come on now. Like, if you only know, and that's between either candidate, Trump, Kamala, JD Vance, Tim Walz, if you only know bad things about that candidate, find some good about that candidate too. Don't just be like, and also it makes for better debate. Like if you're going to argue something with somebody and you be like, oh, well, such and such only did these terrible things. And such and such say, well, they did X, Y, and Z too, then your whole argument might be shut down. Look up bad and good things. No, don't just be so one-sided on something, right? No, kind of know both sides, and from both sides, know which position you should play. But yeah, there's a big responsibility in vote. Everybody register to vote. Everybody register to vote. Everybody register to vote. As I'm telling you all to register to vote, I have to go register to vote as well. So we all have to do our job. We all have to make sure that we are taking our responsibilities and our liberties seriously because they are trying to take our liberties away. So make sure that we are attentive and we know what's going on in the world and in the news and in politics right now because this is a huge election year. Next thing on the docket, Drake dropped 100 tunes for your head top. 100 tunes for your head top. Well, it wasn't really 100 tunes. It was 3 tunes. It was. Well, I lied. It was called 100 gigs for your head top, not 100 tunes for 100 tunes for your head top. It was 100 gigs for your head top, right? Where basically uh he put out like 100 gigabytes worth of content, right? 3 songs and the rest of it was like content and never seen, but I said never seen before, never before seen footage, right? Which was very interesting. Now, I didn't get a chance to go through all of it, but I did see a lot of it, and a lot of it was very interesting to me. A lot of it was very interesting to me. One, because I always thought that there wasn't enough footage of him, right? For him to be the biggest artist in the world, the biggest rap artist in the world, there should be a camera on him 24/7, 365. There should never not be a camera on him for him to be the biggest rap star that we have. So that was number one why I find this interesting, right? Also, I find the timing really interesting. Like, why do you decide to drop all of this now? Especially because a lot of this footage is old. A lot of this footage is older footage. Like, I think the newest footage that we have is Her Loss. That's the newest piece of footage that we have. The newest stuff that we have is Her Loss. Why now? Why did you choose now to drop the footage? And then when he dropped the 3 songs, he didn't drop the 3 songs on Apple Music. We had to find the 3 songs in the files of the website that he dropped it on. And then I think on last Saturday, which was the 10th, he finally dropped all the records on streaming platforms. Then at first, when you could first access the website, you was able to download all the videos, all the songs, what's the name, whatever, right? Now all the downloads are off. It's just I just have a lot of questions on what it was and what is the plan with this. Like I don't think that this is going as well as he expected it to. I don't think it is. And also, I don't part of the reason why I don't think that this is going as well as he expected it to, right? Is because I don't think people actually imagined him dropping these songs, like the songs that he put out. I don't think people imagine him dropping these songs on streaming platforms. So when the songs finally dropped on streaming platforms, a lot of these people already had the songs on their Apple Music, not lawfully, or not in the going through the DSP's way like the artists do, but just like downloading the songs on their computer, uploading it, then it going straight, playing it straight to their Apple Music, right? So a lot of these people like I don't need to stream the actual record because I already have the records in the files on my Apple Music or Spotify or whatever the case may be, right? That's one. Two, what are we supposed to do with these videos? What are these videos are going to what are these going to do for us now? Now if I was Drake, right? What I would have did with all of these videos is I would have started making a documentary with these videos, right? Just leading up. Like kind of what Kanye did with Genius. I would have because it's so much. Like if you guys can look on the website right now. I believe the website is still up. You can look on the website right now. There's so much data. There's so much content on there for you to consume. You can literally be there all day. I don't know why he just didn't put all of these into like a doc or something, like a documentary or something, or just put out like a dude. Like, is this for an album rollout? Is he trying to roll something out? I don't know. And if he is, I don't like this. I don't like him doing it this way. Like you know how Cole does his rollouts, right? Where he will use a video and make a like a documentary series of things that happened, but during that time, right? So they're all recent, they're all current. None of these are current. All of these literally the most recent stuff came from 2, 3 years ago. What am I supposed to do with that? I was still in high school. Like the most recent videos of these came out when I was in high school. Bro, come on, bro. Like I'm as a Drake fan, as a fan of Drake and as a fan of the music, I don't have nothing like there's no purpose for me here. Like there's nothing for me to do here. I'm not gonna watch all of these videos. If these videos scroll up on my For You page, I'm gonna watch them. Some of the videos are interesting though. I'm not saying that the videos aren't interesting or the videos aren't good or great. I just don't see a purpose behind it right now. I don't see a purpose. I don't see a reasoning. I don't see any of that, right? Like I don't know why I need to see the you designing your new plane. I don't know why I need to see you and Adonis in the back of the Maybach and the dude putting the little booster seat in Adonis's seat. I don't know why I need to see the over my dead body. Actually, nah, that was cool. The over my dead body recording, that was actually cool. I'm not mad at that one. That was actually pretty cool. Um but yeah, it's a lot of stuff that I just don't know why you did that. It doesn't make sense to me. But maybe it's not supposed to make sense to me. Again, I'm just a guy who pods, and I'm not in this field at all. And not being in that field, please don't worry off with that jury you might get. Shh. And I ain't even gonna say that. Shh. You know what it is. Next thing on the docket. Man, I think that is crazy that now we are at a point in life, right? Just in life in general, right? We're at a point where we have to come together and we have to ask ourselves these questions. Well, at least I don't know if y'all are here, but I'm here as an artist, as a creative, just as a person, right? Is what I'm do like when how is this going to work? Like, is what I'm doing going to work, and how is it going to work? Um, there's I'm at this vulnerable moment right here, right? Because you guys are family. I consider you guys family. You guys are my people, right? There has been a lot of stress when it comes to college, when it comes to moving out, when it comes to tuition, when it comes to just a lot of things, right? When it comes to me feeling like I want to take care of my people, making sure that they're good, but I'm not good. I'm never good. Um, kind of putting people before me, just trying to figure out a lot of things on my own. And it's like a sense of urgency, right? I don't know why I'm telling you all this, but this is just vulnerability time, right? Um, I feel like yeah, I feel like we touched on enough news for today. I want to get this off. And this might be the last thing I touch on for today because there's a lot that I want to leave you guys with. Um, yeah, it's just a lot when it comes to college, right? How am I going to pay for tuition? How am I going to find housing? How am I going to do a lot of things, right? I don't want my mom to take out any more loans because my mom took out like a whole bunch of loans just for me to go to school my first year, right? Should I take a gap semester? There's an I wouldn't say there's an opportunity presented to me, but it's an opportunity that I want to take a leap of faith at. But is anybody going to support me in the leap of faith that I want to take, right? And am I ready to take that jump, to take that leap? There's a lot of questions that I ask myself every day, and there's a lot of what ifs, and there's a lot of do am I's, and there's a lot of like what can I do? What could have I done? What should I do? Right. And I don't know if you all watched, but there's this trailer that I dropped yesterday. Well, tomorrow as I'm recording this, but yesterday as y'all are watching this, I dropped this trailer yesterday. And if you haven't seen the trailers on my Instagram or my TikTok at Eric Curry the third on both platforms, Eric Curry, ERICCURRY, I on all platforms. Like if you want to see the trailer, right, on TikTok and on Instagram, I say on all platforms. And on nah, that's not my Twitter username. Never mind. Just on TikTok and Instagram, you can go find it. And I dropped it, and I was talking about how we live life with a lot of could-haves, but we don't talk about the goals that we've reached and the things that we've accomplished. And I think that I rarely talk about the goals that I've reached and the things that I've accomplished because there's always something else to do, right? That I feel like there's always something else. For example, I just hosted this restorative justice conference, the two going on 2 weeks. Going on 2 weeks ago, I hosted this restorative justice conference. Amazing conference. I met a lot of dope people. I learned a lot about restorative justice, right? If you don't know about the restorative justice space, I advise you to do some research because I learned a lot about the restorative justice space. I learned how restorative justice can at times and has worked better than the criminal justice system. I learned a lot about how the criminal justice system has failed us as a people, and by us as a people, I mean us as a people, and how the restorative justice space can bring some type of positivity and some light into the a system that kind of makes us fail, right? For example, but anyway, I hosted a conference right there about restorative justice, right? And it held almost 2,000 people, right? It was a lot of people. I went to the barber shop last week, and my barber asked me, well, not my barber, but a guy that be cutting hair at the barber shop. He asked me, he was hey, little E, like what you been doing this summer, man? And I just sat there and I was like, I sat there, and as I was thinking about the things that I have done this summer, I wasn't thinking about the things that I've done. I was thinking about the things that I was about to do. And I sat there and I was like, nothing. I haven't really done nothing, right? My dad was like, well, you hosted a restorative justice conference. You've been working. I was like, man, that wasn't really work. Like, and I kind of just brushed it off. However, that's not really a thing to brush off. Like, that's a big deal. That's not really a thing to brush off. But in my mind is always something new. Like, what else is there to do? Like, what else is there to accomplish? What else is there that I need to scratch off? What are the stresses and what are the anxieties and what are the focuses that I have on today? That's not even about today. That's really about tomorrow, but I'm just focused on these things today. Um, there's this verse in the Bible, right? It's this verse in the Bible, and it talks about I don't know where it is in the Bible. I think it's Ecclesiastes or Ephesians or something. But the verse in the Bible says, "Don't worry about tomorrow," because don't worry about tomorrow because today's worries are enough, right? Today's problems are enough. So don't even worry about tomorrow because today's worries are enough. Tomorrow's going to get basically saying tomorrow's going to get there when it gets there. Just worry about getting through today. And I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't know who needs the encouragement, but just get through today. Just worry about today. Just worry about right now. And maybe I'm talking to me right now. I might be talking to me right now. I am talking to me right now. Just worry about right now. Just worry about today. Just worry about what's happening today. What do you have to do today? How are you going to get better today? How are you going to get closer to that goal today? How are you going to make sure you achieve that thing that you always wanted to achieve today? Uh, don't worry about tomorrow. Don't even think about yesterday. Yesterday's past. Yesterday's gone. There's nothing you could have done yesterday. I mean, there's nothing there. There's things you could have done, right? But thinking about what you could have done isn't going to change the things that happened. It's not going to change the things that you did, right? So think about the coulda, woulda, shouldas all you want. It's not going to change what happened. Also thinking about what's to come, thinking about, well, and I gotta worry about this, I gotta worry about that, I gotta worry about this, right? When you worry so much about tomorrow, you neglect the beautiful things that you have for today. So just remember about the beautiful things that you have today. What are some of the beautiful things that you take for granted that you have today? The air that you breathe, the way that you walk, the way that you talk, the lights in your room, the energy that you exude, the people that you've met and you've talked to, the opportunities that are placed in front of you, the opportunities that you have not yet seen that are because the opportunities that you have not yet seen that are placed in front of you are greater than anything that can even think about or anything that you could have that you could rethink about, right? So just worry about today. Today's worries are enough. And I don't know who's that encouraging or who's that motivating today, but today's worries are enough. Like today, today is hard. I'm not saying today in general, but just today is hard, right? Like it's a lot of things that you have to worry about today alone. Yesterday's, I mean, yesterday's figured out. You know how I know yesterday's figured out? Because you made it to today. So yesterday's figured out. Tomorrow is going to figure itself out. But today is today. And always remember, right? You're only going to live this day one time ever in life. Today. Today is August 12th, 2024. Monday, August 12th, 2024. I will only have one Monday, August 12th, 2024 in my lifetime. In my whole life. This day, I will only live once. This day, Wednesday, August 14th, 2024, you will only live one time. What are you doing today that's going to make this day count for the rest of your life? Because this is the only one that we get. This is the only day like this day that we get. Any other day that we get from now on, that we are blessed to see from now on, is not going to be the same as the day that we have today. So, what are we doing today that's going to make us better for tomorrow? What's going to make us better for the next day? What's going to make us better for the next day? What are we going to do today? Today. Today. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, but today. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode of the Arts Block Podcast. I have been your host, Eric Curry III. Before we get out of here, though, I'm going to give y'all my Dead or Alive. Now, if this is your first time watching the Arts Block Podcast, and you're asking yourself, what is Dead or Alive? Well, Dead or Alive is a segment that we do on the podcast where the artist or myself gets to choose one artist or many artists that we would like to work with that is dead or alive. Now, we can choose one artist, we can choose 100 artists. This is my podcast. I'm going to do whatever I want. Big three for today is you all. I want to work with you all. I want to help you all as much as I can. I want to make things happen for y'all as much as I can. I want to make opportunities happen for you all as much as I can. But yeah, I would like to work with every single last one of you watching this podcast. I cannot thank you enough for watching this podcast. I cannot thank you enough for all the love and support that I've been getting on the pod. Everybody on TikTok saying, "Bro, you need more views," or everybody on the TikTok saying, "Bro, you got another supporter." Or everybody on YouTube saying, "Bro, like I love this," right? I appreciate you. You guys don't know how you guys don't know how that makes my days better. Like those comments truly make my days better. Like I could be having the best day ever, and I get a comment saying, "Bro, like this is amazing. Like I love you, bro," or like, "Bro, like you got my support. Like keep going." Those make my days 10 times better. So I cannot thank you all enough for your endless love, endless support. I'm forever grateful. I'm forever thankful. Thank y'all so much for tuning into the Arsenal Podcast. I've been Eric Curry III. You can follow me on Instagram or TikTok at Eric Curry III. That's ERICCURRYII to keep up with anything that I'm doing personally, any personal endeavors, any craziness that I have going on, because I'm always doing something. You can keep up with me. If you just want to keep up with the pod and only things Arts Block Podcast and you're only interested in the Arts Block Podcast, that's fine too. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Arts Block Podcast to keep up everything Arts Block Podcast. I'm going to be more engaged, more creative on there. We're going to be posting different things on there and doing a whole bunch of different things on there. Yeah, we're going to be lit on there. We're going to be lit on there. Next episode, I'm probably going to give y'all my summer playlist, my summer bangers that I have on my President Obama flow. But yeah, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I love you. God loves you. Remember that artists never die. I keep forgetting. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you can be notified every time we post a podcast. If you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, please give me a 5-star and a review. You can just say that this is the greatest podcast that you have ever seen in your life, and that will suffice. Remember that artists never die. Remember that I love you. God loves you. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy every single day, and don't worry about tomorrow. Yesterday was already figured out. Yesterday happened. Tomorrow's figured out. Worry about today. Just get through today. And once you get through today, then we can worry about tomorrow. But once you get through today, we can worry about tomorrow. And guess what? Tomorrow will eventually be today. So that's just how life works. But yeah, peace, love, hair grease. I'm out. I gotta edit this pod for y'all. Great pod, great talks. Remember to register to vote. Do y'all research on who y'all voting for. Remember that your vote matters and your voice matters. I don't care who says what. I don't care what says who. Your voice matters. Your vote matters. All right, I'm gone for this time. See y'all when I see y'all, boys. Peace out.